Hello and welcome to this module on giving and receiving feedback. My name is Khalil Patel, Program Manager for the IYF South Africa Country Office. Feedback plays a pivotal role in the productivity of your class, but it is very easy to provide destructive feedback or for your students to do so. So today, we're going to look at the corrective feedback formula and provide some tips on giving and receiving feedback. So, how do you sensitively correct a student or group's insufficient or destructive response to a task, person, or project? Here's a formula that can help you. State the behavior in clear and specific terms. State the effect it had on the person, group, or project. State an alternative, in other words, a more productive or positive way forward. Wait for a response, apology, or justification. A simple example would be someone talking over another student trying to make a point. Using the formula, you would state that the student is talking over someone else. State that this has made it difficult for everyone else to listen to the point and might have made the speaker feel unheard or worse, devalued. State that if the student has something to say, wait until the previous speaker has finished before replying. Or, if the student is talking about something unrelated, suggest that the student wait for a more opportune time to do so, as not to affect their peers. Wait for a response and continue the lesson. When giving feedback, make sure your students understand that you are criticizing the action and not the person. Be sincere when commenting on the action. Make the student understand why the action was effective or not effective. Be timely in your criticism so it is evident what action is being criticized. Be sensitive to the response of the student. For example, ask, "How can I help you understand?" and ask sincerely and empathetically. Feedback and criticism are positive elements of the learning process. So work to reframe criticism as a means of progression, not digression. This mantra is equally valuable when applied to receiving feedback, whether you are providing a student with feedback or they are providing you with feedback. After all, feedback is a two-way street. When receiving feedback, it is often useful to be relaxed and open to listening to the other points of view. If you are not in that headspace, let the other person know when you're ready to receive feedback. If you like, you can jot down the feedback to review later. This allows you to revisit the feedback later in a different, more neutral setting. Also remember that feedback is subjective. It is one person's point of view and does not mean that it is always right or that you are compelled to accept it. Be mindful of spirit and tone. Feedback should not belittle or diminish, but be used for personal betterment. Whether it's feedback from you or a student, the goal should always be to make something better. This sentiment is carried through to the sandwich feedback formula. You have your top bun. This is where you acknowledge what went right with the session and provide positive feedback. The meat. This is where you provide constructive feedback on a task or project, what could have been done better, and what solutions or actions can be taken to ensure future improvement. Bottom bun. End with a positive thought or words of encouragement. Closing. Feedback is only really useful when it comes with positive intent. If you're just pointing out everything that is wrong with something without the intent of providing solutions or provoking solution-based thinking, your feedback is not useful. The attitude and tone in which the feedback is conveyed is equally important. So don't shy away from giving or receiving feedback, because when framed with the spirited intent of betterment, feedback can become a catalyst for empowerment.